We all want to live a happy, productive life, but sometimes we just need a little help. Our Coach On Call experts provide strategies to help you live your best life now. Joining me today is Linda Mitchell, a certified transition coach, reinvention expert, and speaker. Linda empowers people who are stuck, overwhelmed, or ready for change to release the struggle, gain clarity, and evolve to their highest purpose as they move through life's challenges and transitions. She is here today to discuss a path to healing from shock and trauma. Welcome, Linda. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me back, Joan.
Linda, we've all experienced shock and trauma, and many of us are living through it right now. How do we process shock and trauma in a way that helps us heal?
Somewhere along this journey, we'll all encounter some type of adversity, trauma, or crisis that challenges or even changes us. Learning to process shock and trauma is critical to returning to some semblance of normalcy. And the process begins with self-compassion and honoring your feelings. I always say give yourself some space and some grace. Pain, grief, or trauma can leave deep imprints on us that can even alter our identity if we keep reliving it without healing from it. Unresolved emotions and issues land in our tissues, causing physical pain, which just compounds the hardship. We may never forget life-altering circumstances, but learning to heal is vital. Some people tend to shut the whole world out, hiding from reality, but this just encourages marinating in the pain. And this won't work for long because it's not a healthy strategy. So be gentle with yourself. Treat yourself as you would treat your best friend. Accept loving gestures and favors from others who want to help. This is a good place to start.
What does the path to healing look like? What steps do you recommend?
Well, the first step we just discussed, and step 2 is to allow emotions to surface. And actually, this is true all the way through the healing process. Be real. Don't stifle your emotions. Acknowledge them. You can't dance around difficult emotions. You have to move through them. Distracting yourself or stuffing emotions simply means they'll reappear again later. Feeling is healing. Stuffing is postponing the inevitable. Step 3 is to resist the temptation to self-medicate and instead create a plan of action to move you forward. Tempting escapes like comfort food, alcohol, smoking, recreational drugs, or even shopping only feel good in the moment and typically result in feeling a lot worse afterwards. The last thing you need is to pile on guilt, shame, or self-loathing. Instead, take baby steps towards the goals that lift you up. Little things go a long way. Like take a walk in nature, call a friend, enjoy a healthy, nourishing meal, but don't expect perfection. I tell my clients, use the 51% rule. If you're doing something good for yourself 51% of the time, that's technically the majority of the time. Celebrate that and take another small, helpful step forward. It's about progress, not perfection. And step 4 is to find an uplifting spiritual practice. Things like yoga, dance, journaling, reading spiritual or uplifting messages, practicing meditation or prayer, playing music, creating art, or really anything that lifts you up and allows for quiet reflection. These bolster the connection to your inner wisdom. And step 5 is to practice gratitude. And now that may sound unthinkable in certain circumstances, but gratitude assists healing. And those who find things to be grateful for, even in difficult times, create a faster and easier path to healing and feeling whole again. Every day, strive to identify at least one good thing in your life. Try these steps to regain balance, wholeness, and healing.
Linda, you like to say that our issues land in our tissues, and I know that you're also a licensed massage therapist, so can you explain to us what that statement means?
Yeah, absolutely. When we experience shock, trauma, or even normal daily difficult issues, it's our physical bodies that take the brunt of our emotional pain. I've seen this over and over again. When we don't move through the steps outlined above, then the emotions and the pain need to go somewhere, right? So they land in our bodies. Unresolved emotional pain and issues land in our tissues, manifesting as aches, pains, injuries, and disease. Look at the word disease. It's dis-ease. Our outer landscape, which are our bodies, are a direct reflection of our inner landscape, which are our minds, beliefs, issues, and emotions. So if you're someone, for example, who feels they must always be in control, good chance you'll have a tight, stiff, or tense neck. because control issues land in the neck. If you take on a lot of responsibility and feel a great sense of obligation to others, your shoulders and upper traps will often be tight and knotty. Perfectionists who can't give themselves a break often have right shoulder issues. If you're dealing with financial worries or issues of safety and security, the low back is what's often affected. Unresolved shock and trauma find their way into our bodies unless we allow ourselves to process and heal. So I encourage people to follow the steps we discussed because everyone deserves to heal fully, live fully, and bring back the joy of life.
Linda, thank you so much for joining us. If you would like to learn more about Linda and her work, you can visit livinginspiredcoaching.com. Or as always, to hear more from Linda, you can visit our website, cyl.com/Linda.